What's up, guys? How's it going?
Hello,
Hello,
I'm back.
hello.
hello,
It's finally
hello.
good to be
Hello, everyone.
home.
It's Sunday, so it must be the Howling Hour Live here on Nerdbox. So, welcome everybody that's joining us. Welcome, Mr. CG. How is it going?
Heyo.
How is your week
Hello,
going so
Governor.
far?
Hello.
Yep. So,
I'm in my
we got
Green Goblin era right now. That's why I'm green.
yep. Lucas is a little bit under the weather, so excuse his voice. We got Oracle with us. What's going on, everybody? How
It's the
was your guys
thing.
this weekend? Yes. How are you?
So, guys, here's the thing.
What,
I don't want you here anymore.
what happened? What's the thing? Right over my head.
It's even better that he didn't get it.
Right over my head. Right over my head.
My weekend was good. My weekend was good. How was your weekend?
My weekend was very good. It was a long weekend. Many sleepless hours that I've had. So
As you
Noah's
do.
a floating head this week. Welcome, Noah. And
Now we
it's
gotta
so great. I could just disappear.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's perfect. Alrighty, so
The
we're
void.
gonna dive into some news. We're gonna dive into some list topics on films with female leads in it. I wonder if any of us are gonna have the same movie on there, but there are gonna be some movies that I know a
Probably.
lot of people have not seen, and that you're definitely gonna want to check out. Newsworthy wise, this came in on Thursday, so I don't know if you have seen it get posted on our Facebook page or on a YouTube page, but after our little convention trip that Lucas, Noah, and myself will be making this weekend, where maybe we'll make our big March announcement this weekend. We just got to get an approval from a production studio to do that. We're going to Manhattan on Monday for the premiere of Screamboat Willie. So I'm really excited for that. That made my entire week just almost on that alone, is getting that news and getting that
I'm gonna
invite.
dress up as a mouse.
Yeah, you
You
gotta
guys are
get
in
on top
for a
of that.
treat with this one.
I have a
You
So,
guys
suit.
are in for a treat.
are you able to get into like how that
I have a
actually
suit.
happened, or is was it just like you got emailed, "Hey, do you want to come to the premiere?"
I got emailed from the director's wife, and
Wow.
it could be because of a couple of things. So when the Mean One came out, which is by Stephen Lamorta, and we had him on the channel. We did an interview with him. We did a 5 things with him where we're going over Christmas movies to promote that. We've had David Howard Thornton on to promote the Mean One as well, and it just came back around. So it's nice. And what's really cool about the Mean One too is in my living room I have movie posters around my entire living room. It's pretty big, so I got 6, 8. I got 10 movie posters up, full size that you see at the theater. I have a David Howard Thornton wall started. So it starts with Terrifier 2. It starts with the Mean One, and I have Stream. So I have one spot that is saved for Screamboat Willie. So I got to get that poster, and then I'll have a David Howard Thornton wall, which I'm pretty excited about.
You guys are in for a treat with Screamboat though, because I got to see it back in January when they were here, and I actually got to hang out with Jesse Posey, Tyler Posey's little brother, that weekend. So it's a fun movie. Without spoiling it, it's damn fun, pretty funny, and some good unaliving moments in the movie. That's all I'll say. Yeah.
He's still like tiny, right? Like, isn't he like the size of a mouse in the movie?
That's the only thing I will spoil is they did keep him small.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
and the way they did it, the way they did it was like how Lord of the Rings did it, with the hobbits and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think Lucas and Noah and myself will probably start some sort of road trip video on
Oh yeah.
Friday.
Oh,
Yeah.
we for sure will. That's a long drive.
Oh my God, the boys' road trip to
Yep.
Baltimore.
Yep.
I'm surprised we didn't
So
get
a
any
lot of
videos
excited.
for NJ HorrorCon. I'm not gonna lie.
I forgot. We got
Happens.
halfway through the day. I was like, God damn it.
Well, so just before we jump over to our first piece of news that Marcus is going to kick off for us, I will say that there is Creature Feature Weekend that is coming to Scranton. They're usually based out of Gettysburg, and right now, I can't say because there's NDAs and stuff like that in place, but We are talking with some people about Nerdbox getting a table there. Lucas knows what we need to do with Lucas there, which is going to be fantastic once you see what Lucas is going to bring to that event. And then we'll have some fun. So we may have our first convention table outside of this one that's coming up.
Outside
So,
of what Lucas plans on cosplaying, I actually wouldn't mind him. And Noah is familiar with this. I'm working on a project that I'm bringing him on board for him and Riley. And the director and writer who Noah and Riley met actually wants Lucas to cosplay as our new character.
Oh,
You know,
where?
at some events.
oh,
Yeah. So
oh,
yeah.
Hey man,
yep,
it pays to be creative.
So
yeah.
we're trying. Yeah, because we want to try to promote this character and get the hype going. For
Hmm.
the but because the script is already written and stuff, but we want to get the character out there. You know.
Hmm.
Well,
So yeah.
officially, hell yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, and Lucas is going to do a great job. So I think he kind of stole the show when we were out there. So,
Mhm.
all
Oh,
And
right.
I
dude,
think
I
he'll
love
have
the
fun with it
character.
because Noah is very aware of the character in the story. So yeah, hopefully nephew is into it and agrees that'll be pretty cool.
Yep. And then for those that have also been keeping track, March has been a very busy month for us. Noah finished our first script for a short film. Marcus, the producer there on the lower left-hand corner of your screen, he went ahead. He gave it the green light for us to start talking to some people. So April may be even a bigger announcement that we can talk about.
Mhm.
So we'll start passing that around to people. Alrighty, so let's dive into the news. Marcus, what do you want to talk about first?
This whole thing with Texas Chainsaw Massacre coming back around, man. I
What?
mean,
No.
I know with of all people, Glenn Powell is being tossed tossed into the mix with this, man. Of all
Oh,
people, Glenn Powell. Like
In the
tired of him.
calmest voice possible,
he's
you just
Tired of
decimate
him.
this guy's character. Of all
he's one
people,
of those
Glenn Powell.
actors. Well, he's one of those actors that's like hit and miss for me. Like I like him in some things, but then I'm like Texas Chainsaw Massacre though. Like I'm like the only character I could see him possibly playing or maybe inspired by was what's my man's name from part two that played the sheriff? Dennis Hopper. I could see
Yeah.
Glenn Powell kind of playing a character similar to that sheriff. That's it.
Yeah, his face
I
You know
his
what I
face
mean?
kind of sticks out. His face does kind of stick out in this kind of movie.
Yeah, like
It's like,
he's too much of a
why are
pretty
you
boy.
just hanging out here?
Yeah, he's too much of a pretty boy. Just like what's his
You
name?
he's
Scott
like
Eastwood.
you would imagine that he would probably be like one of the body count numbers, like it was one of the
Yeah,
dumb jocks, like, but he's also like 40, so he's too old for
yeah.
that now.
It's
like
a
like
new
Scott Eastwood
generation.
in the
Yeah.
yeah, like Scott Eastwood in the 3D one, which was a horrible movie. The only good thing about that was
Listen,
seeing the dog.
if we know anything about preemptive cast announcement for horror movies, I can only see that this is gonna go well, right? Like we got Glenn Powell in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then we have the entire Scream franchise cast in the new film that's coming up. So I think it's gonna be great. I think that the new production companies making new horror movies really know what they're doing.
Yeah. And let's see. There's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. There's 9 films in this franchise, and maybe
Yeah,
3 of them are good.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
It's
Like me
horrible.
personally, I
That's a
know this
big
is
maybe too.
blasphemous, and you all heard me say this on the channel before. I am grateful for the original film, but it's not the greatest thing on earth as everyone makes it out to be. Like it wasn't even
Hmm.
scary to me. Now I know I'm frozen right now, so hopefully you can
Hmm.
still hear me.
No, it's good for its
Yeah, we can
realism
Uh,
and
Oh yeah, we can
brutality,
hear
but
you.
it's not a good film.
right. Like I respect the grittiness of it and what it did for film and
Yeah.
horror in general, but for me, the 2003 and 2006 films were far superior, and those are my favorite ones.
Hmm.
And I also was a huge fan of the direct sequel comic books that came out.
Yeah.
Uh, that I wish they would have turned into live action because it was awesome. But yeah, you know,
Yeah. What's
yeah,
everybody's thoughts on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise? Let us know in the comments because I'd be interested in knowing what people's number ones are. Like my number one is Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I love that film. Like the first one, like Marcus was saying, until he comes back in, it was I thought it was okay. The
still
first one
frozen.
was okay. The remake A lot better. The first remake, the
Mhm.
first of 4 remakes, very good. But 2 is my all-time favorite. And then I like the Netflix one. I really do like the Netflix one that came out. I thought that was pretty good. Yep.
I love the
I,
unalive moments in the movie, but I hated the movie overall.
Yep.
I
It
will
has some
say,
good
and
unalive moments.
I will say, and it's kind of disappointing to think this, but the 2 places that I've most enjoyed seeing Leatherface have been in Fortnite and Mortal Kombat. Like I
That's
those
fair.
are
That's
like
fair though. He
the
has some
2
okay
most
combos
enjoyable
in Mortal
places.
Kombat.
Yeah, yeah. So, wait a minute. Comic just came in real quick. So, RJ, hey, how's it going? Hey, man, enough is enough with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot. It's over. It is.
Right?
It's over. Don't do it no more. Don't do it anymore. We got Oracle in there saying, I'm not a big fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but my 3 favorites out of the franchise is the original 74 Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, and the 2003 remake. All right, yeah. I didn't expect to see
Oh
Texas
yeah,
Chainsaw Massacre 3 in there. Yeah. Yep.
three did have Viggo Mortensen and Ken Foree in it, so that was a
Yep.
fun movie. Yeah,
We
it
love
was
Viggo
silly as
Mortensen.
hell, but
Yep.
Vigo played the hell out that role. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Let's
Wasn't Matthew McConaughey in the first one?
He was in
No,
New
he was
Generation.
in New Generation. That was the fourth one.
Ah,
And Lucas, you
Renee
bring us back
Zellweger.
around. Right back to Glenn Powell, right? Supposedly Glenn Powell might be a runner-up for Batman from James Gunn, but
Oh God,
Glenn,
no.
doubtful
God
as
no.
Glenn
fuck.
Powell, come on.
Doubtful as fuck.
God no.
If
Why?
he's not Booster Gold, it's not gonna work.
But
He
He
would
does
be a
look
good
a
Booster
lot
Gold.
like Booster Gold.
He
can we
would be
just,
a good Booster Gold. Yeah.
before we talk about any of that stuff, the flavor of the month just won't end with Glenn Powell. It's like, yeah, he's got a pretty face. He's got a nice little twang in his
He's a
accent.
pretty dude.
Yeah, but no, I'm so tired of seeing him. I'm so tired of seeing him. You know who I want to see in Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Jack Quaid. Give me Jack
Yeah.
Quaid in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and
Yeah,
that
but he's
movie's
gonna play the same
automatically better.
character he's played in every other fucking movie. The
That's all
fucking
right.
nice
You
guy
know what?
nerd.
That's all
You
right
know who I
because
want in it?
Chop Top, he would make a perfect Chop Top in a reboot.
No.
Go ahead,
You
Marcus.
know who I want in it? I
What?
want freaking Damien Maffei to play his character from a video game in it.
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm
Damien
good with that.
will crush it. Yeah,
Mhm.
Damien will crush it, man.
Yep. Oh,
Even what's her
man.
name from Rob Zombie Halloween that played who's in the game with Damien that plays the sister. But she was Linda in Rob Zombie's Halloween. Yeah, I would love the
Oh,
two of
okay.
them in it.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Nice. Nice. All right. So, what's your second topic, Marcus?
Second topic is the new Resident Evil movie reboot again. Possibly starring, I forgot the actor's name.
Austin Abrams.
Austin Abrams from Resident Evil. I mean, not Resident Evil, The Walking Dead. He
Yep.
played the annoying son of
Oh,
Rick's
you mean
crush
the
when they
guy
got
that
to
I loved
Alexandria.
watching die?
Yes, him. Could not stand
Absolutely
him in
enjoyed
Walking Dead,
every
bro.
Who is he?
second
Who
of
is he supposed to be playing? Like, who is he being casted as? Do we know?
I don't know. So I hope it's not Leon or what's the other dude in Resident Evil?
Chris?
Chris. Yeah, I hope it's not Chris or Leon. God, I hope it's not.
Oh my god. Can you imagine
I
him
don't know. What does he
casting
look
that
like now? Because
scrawny
this
piece
this
of
is a
Alright.
very
shit as
young
Chris
picture of him.
Redfield?
So like,
Yep.
what does Austin Abrams look like now?
Let's
Because
go.
that's the real thing.
Let's go find out what he looks like
He
now.
does not look like Chris Redfield, but if he's older and like maybe more muscular,
Oh,
he
Oh
might.
I was
God,
gonna
no.
say he's probably stunning. Yeah, I was gonna say he's probably stunning like Glenn Powell, but it loaded real quick on my screen here.
I don't know. That second picture with the blue background, he looks like a little Chris Redfield right there, but you know.
Wesker, maybe Wesker.
Chris Redfield's a big dude. Chris
Oh,
Redfield's a
Wesker.
big dude.
Chris
Wesker.
Redfield punches boulders for fun.
Yep.
Wesker.
I
Hey,
think this is
Wesker.
Wesker.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Wesker might be a good
That's
one.
that's
Wesker
a
might
good
be a good
that
one.
yep. I
Wesker
didn't
might be
think
a
of
good one.
that.
But you know what? I actually like to do so from the last reboot that they did, that Welcome to Raccoon City. I thought it was
I
an
love that
okay
movie.
film. They just
Mhm.
shouldn't have combined the first two
I don't
games. They should have just
understand
been.
how you like that movie.
It was a
It's
fun movie,
it's
but
yeah, it's a fun movie.
yeah, it
They
was a fun
crammed
movie.
1, 2, and 3 into a movie.
Yeah,
Didn't
they
give
shouldn't
us
have
two
done
of the
that. They
biggest
shouldn't
villains,
have done
and then cameoed Zero as not even being important to the franchise. Crazy.
They
Hate that
shouldn't have
film
done that.
so bad
But
But the
because they tried
guy,
to give us the video games and then they failed. Who is that Leon? That's not our Leon. That's not my
but
Leon.
the actor who
He
played
can't even
Wesker,
shoot.
actor who played Wesker, he was from Black Sails
mhm.
and Doom Patrol. I liked him. I liked him as Wesker. He was a good Wesker, and I wish
You
they
know
would
what's
have kept
really
that movie
funny?
going. Yeah.
And Dave's gonna be upset that I say this,
Oh shit.
but you know who I think would be great as Wesker?
Who?
Glenn Powell.
Oh my god. I agree. He looks like
I think he would be
he looks great.
fantastic. I think he would
That's a
just
look.
be fantastic.
It's like, you son of a bitch. Got a point. Yeah. Now that
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
Nah,
it.
Look,
He's
you
out of
know,
line,
ideally,
but he's right.
I tell you, who would have been an awesome Wesker, and I think he would still be a good Wesker, even though he's in his 50s today. Walton Goggins, man. Walton Goggins will crush it
mm,
as Wesker. Dude.
Give him a decent hairpiece, and he's
Yeah.
rolling. He's
Yep.
rolling.
Yep.
Dye his hair blonde and
Honestly, just
yeah.
give him some makeup and a blonde wig, and I'll take him as Leon. I don't even give a shit if he doesn't look like him. Just give me him in multiple seasons.
I love Walton Goggins, man. Everything he does is just he's.
Oh,
Yeah.
CG's
so
on
excited
it
for
right now.
Fallout.
CG is on it right now. We do need a Backrooms movie, and we need it to be good.
mhm.
Yeah, but I feel like it'd be
That's
so much better in the hands of like an independent filmmaker than
Oh,
a
yeah.
big production.
Found
the
footage?
amount of work that people have done just on YouTube for the
Mm-hmm.
Backrooms concept is fantastic. Like I'll go down rabbit holes of watching like these 5-minute videos that are like genuine lore for this creator, like this YouTube created like space, and it's fucking
Mhm.
awesome.
Are you going
Mhm.
found footage for it? I would say you have to go found footage for Backrooms.
Oh, I
yeah.
forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. You gotta go found footage for it.
At least
Oh no!
I say at least
Oh my
75%.
god, CG, you better
That
be wrong.
yeah.
You
You
got.
saw it?
Oh my god, no! It's forget it. No.
Mhm.
Blumhouse working on.
I
The
want to just go
Backrooms
back
is
to
the
Resident
worst
Evil real
idea
quick.
ever.
It should be a TV series. It shouldn't be a movie. It should be a TV series. I think
Yeah,
that you should
I
do
agree.
one season is one video game. Like
Yep,
that just makes
I
the most amount
agree.
of sense to me. But
I agree.
Put it on Amazon. They know how to
Alright.
do
Yep.
it.
found footage,
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. Amazon. Let's go with Prime for that one. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our 5 female-led movies. Unfortunately, got some spoilers for my movies there because I have to load this with some movies there. So we're gonna start with Mr. Lucas, since you're back with us this week. Which film are you
Word.
starting with?
So let me grab my list here real quick.
Already.
And
We're going from
this is
5 to
one of
1,
the
right?
Yep, 5-1.
Okay. Okay.
this is a movie that I really, really liked that
Mhm.
not a lot of people actually ended up enjoying. Whoa.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, it's from the Emerald Haywood from Nope.
What?
I don't know if you guys remember her.
Okay. All right.
Emerald Haywood from Nope.
Okay.
Anybody see that movie? It's such a
I
good
saw
movie.
Nope.
I like it so much. It's
Oh,
pretty
Yeah.
okay. So
pretty
Nope. All right. All right. All right. I see what you're doing there. You threw me off because you said Emerald Haywood for Nope. You're just naming the character. So I was like, what's the movie? Is she in something else? That's what you threw me off for. Okay. So yeah. All right. So Nope. Okay. Go ahead. Explain yourself on this one because I
Uh,
don't know.
So my main thing is that she was just a joy to watch because one, if I can remember the actress's name, let me see if I
Kiki
can find it
Palmer.
real quick.
Yeah.
Kiki
Kiki
Palmer.
Palmer.
Oh my God, anything that woman is in practically turns to gold.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
like Kiki.
I love Kiki Palmer. I love her energy.
Yeah.
I love her acting, her comedy chops. Like she really is like a well-rounded actor. Like, and when she was in Nope and the very actually, she was in a decent amount of that movie. And a lot of the scenes that she was in, it was just the best time.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that. The only thing I hated about the movie was the actual alien design, but
Oh
other
yeah.
than that, the movie was like perfect.
I see my whole thing with Nope is I loved how it was just completely like it felt like such an ethereal movie. It felt like
Yeah.
something that like genuinely could possibly happen on
Yeah.
like a world where aliens are just doing weird shit to do weird shit.
Mhm.
Like it to me, Nope is one of those like really good. I think it's a Jordan Peele movie, I believe,
It is. Every
and
movie
it
that he
Don't
seems to
aliens
do
do weird
takes
shit
from an
here?
original.
Hasn't that been confirmed?
I think it's his remake of Jaws, just with clouds and aliens. That's what it is.
yeah, pretty much.
Cloud Jaws.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
I
afraid of
really like that
clouds.
movie. Really
Yep.
love Emerald.
Wait, isn't that
She
just
does
Sharknado
a good
technically?
No.
job of.
Lucas, I agree with you. Her character is fantastic in that movie. I think it's the standout performance of the entire one, in that entire movie. So I really enjoyed her character. I would like to see her get more, excuse me, lead roles in other films. So
Yeah,
that's
Mhm.
that's kind of how like I'm doing my list. I'm avoiding franchises that are out there. I'm going with characters that are in smaller films that I would love to follow in other stories. But we'll get to that soon. Noah, what excuse me. No, what would you like to go with?
Okay, so my number 5 is actually top. Was like a very close tie with my honorable mention, and it
Hmm.
just came down to the fact that I like the movie more.
Hmm.
So my number 5 is Evil Dead Rise. I
Oh,
think that the
Oh, oh, all
all
right.
around
nice,
the performances all
nice,
around were pretty good.
Hmm.
There were some
nice.
unwise decisions that were definitely made by the children in this film, and I mean, I'm not saying that they got what they deserved, but they had it coming based on that's the stupidity of it all. You know, like, don't be
Hmm.
that dumb. I wasn't that dumb at that age. Like, come on. But I digress. I digress. Main character, little girl, fucking loved it. Loved that
Hmm.
dynamic so much. And when it came down to it, sure, she only saved one of the three of her of her sister's kids. She still
Hmm.
tried. Like she stepped right into action. And then the movie overall was just it was a really good continuation to the Evil Dead franchise. So Evil Dead so far has stayed like I'm not a huge fan of Evil Dead 2 for like my own picky reasons, but
Oh, okay.
consistently a good franchise.
Yep. It's I think Evil Dead is one of the most consistent franchises that's out there in horror. Every single
Next
movie
to
is
Scream.
very good. Oh
Yeah,
no,
next. No,
this is
I'm well. I mean, as far as being
Wait for 7 to
consistent,
come out.
staying with the story, you know.
yeah,
Oh, you mean as far as quality of film?
quality. Yes, this
Oh
is
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, they
best
were talking
yeah.
about
quality
quality.
I
franchises
agree.
out there.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay, yeah, I
Oh,
agree.
you meant whether or not they're dog shit. Well,
Yeah.
then, if we're talking about that,
Yeah. Yeah. What was her character's name? It's Beth, right? Beth is the
Yeah,
lead
that,
character in it. Yeah.
I believe
yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a new introduction of a final girl in there. I really enjoyed her character. Actually, I enjoy watching it just for her in it. So I would love to see her character expand on into other things.
I'm
So
I'm honestly hoping that they like both of them come back for the next movie. I
oh
think
my
I love their
god,
dynamic, and I think it'd be so fun to see.
yeah, have
Yeah,
her and the
well,
niece together killing. Oh, that's great.
yeah.
That's great. I like that idea.
I'm saying money is right there. I would love to get a scene where she tries to use a boomstick and just the little girl just gets
Hmm.
launched
Yep. Oh
like
my
Kevin
god,
Hart
that'd be so
in
great.
in Ride Along.
All right. Anything to add, guys, or we can just go right over to Marcus's?
it was a solid one.
I agree with
So
everything he said about Evil Dead Rise, man. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a good pick.
Such I
Yep. All right, Marcus. What is your number 5?
So my number 5 is one of your picks, and you already have the poster up there. But Revenge, man. Love
Oh,
Revenge.
okay.
Such an
All right.
awesome story.
Yep.
Uh, phenomenal story. Phenomenal acting
Mhm.
from both the lead actresses, Jennifer, and the fellas that
Mhm.
assaulted her. It's just an awesome movie, man. For those that haven't seen it, I definitely say, what is it on Shutter, right? I
Yep.
think
It's
it's on
on
Shutter.
Shutter right now. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Check it out on Shutter, man. Phenomenal film.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
I avoided watching this movie for a while. I discovered it not this past Valentine's Day, but the one previous, where I did a video for our episode, Pop Five, where I was going over, 5 anti-Valentine's Day films to watch. Just made that list, and I've always
Mhm.
been interested in watching it. And then The Substance came out, and The Substance was so good. It's like, shit, that movie's probably going to be excellent too. So I
Mhm.
had the time one night. I threw it on. I was hooked right in the beginning of that movie. Such a badass character that was introduced.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm going to agree with you and have her at that movie at my number 5 too. That's where I'll start them off.
Mhm,
So if anybody is looking for any sort of movies to watch, Revenge is definitely one of those that you want to check out.
mhm.
So Noah and Lucas, I know you guys haven't had a chance to see that one yet, but yeah,
I've
you guys
heard good
definitely,
things. I've
yeah.
heard good things.
Hmm. But let me see here. Let me go ahead and upload that file here, and then that brings us to Lucas. What's going to be your number 4?
So my number 4, and I said the lady's name because I thought that we were doing our top 5 final girls from these movies with the
Oh,
movies
okay.
included.
All right.
I didn't know that that's what we were doing, just the movie. So
Hmm.
might be a little bit, but my number 4 is Prey.
Oh, another really good one.
My
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
God,
yeah.
I
How did I
forgot
forget that
about
one?
that movie.
Yeah.
And the
That's a
the the
Nice.
final
gruesome
girl's
movie.
name is Naru. Just so you know.
But yeah, no, I love that movie. I think
You
it's just
had
such a
you
fantastic
had
Predator
us,
movie.
and then you ruined it.
Prey is my second favorite film of the franchise.
Yeah.
It used to be
It's
Predator 2 was number
That's
2
such a
for me,
good movie.
but
fantastic.
Prey is such a good movie, man.
It really is. Like, one, we
It's
get
such a
the
great
exploration.
movie.
Yeah, like we get the
Yeah.
exploration of like predators being in like like tribe times, like, and that's a really cool thing that I've wanted to see forever because I'm a really big fan of the Predator comics,
Hmm.
and
Mhm.
a lot of them have to do with them going like back in the timeline, like with the new Predator movie, how they're doing with pirates and like shit. Like, that's awesome. I want to see more of that. Please give us Wolverine versus Predator.
I thought
That
it
would
was the
make
Wild
life.
West.
Nah,
No, it's
it's
Wild
Pirates.
West. Yep.
1700s.
Hmm.
and it's gonna be fantastic. And if it isn't, I'm gonna be upset. But
Not
Yeah.
1700s, whenever the pirates
I
are. Yeah.
gotta get a
I'm
cameo of Jack Sparrow.
oh my god,
I'm
that'd be fantastic.
I you know what? Now that you mentioned that, I almost want to rearrange my list and throw that in my top 5.
Right?
'Cause that's just such an amazing movie, such an amazing character introduction in that
Yeah.
film too.
And
That whole film
Go
is
ahead.
so well made.
and the
And you gotta.
Yautja in it. The Yautja in it. A lot of people hate on the Feral Predator, but that Feral Predator
Oh
was
no, he was
awesome.
Yo,
badass.
He
Oh my
was
he
god,
is
badass,
so
dude.
menacing.
the bone helmet. Like,
Mhm.
come
Right.
Oh my
on,
God, when
dude.
he's taking out I think they're Frenchmen. When he's taking them out in like the fogged area of woods, like fucking love that. And I
It's a
I
Mhm.
great
also I love, so I know, like, in the Predator franchise, it's always like the humans win based on outsmarting, not overpowering. But
Mhm.
they played it so well in this movie.
Mhm.
I really love the hunting tactics that they used and
Mhm.
the specific techniques that they used to like take out the Predator. Great film.
Yep.
Great
yeah.
Yep.
choice.
Mhm.
I can't
Yeah,
believe I
it's an
forgot
excellent
that
choice.
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent choice.
I got the
Uh,
sauce.
yeah. Just real quick, CG threw in a number 5, Starry Eyes.
Ooh.
I
Yeah.
heard of it, but I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, I heard
It,
it. I don't know.
I think I've heard of it as
I don't.
well.
It's one of those movies I've heard so much talk about that I
Yeah.
don't know anything that's about it, but I want to see it. So that's
Yeah, I
probably a
want to
movie I'm
check
gonna
it
have to
out.
put on my schedule to watch.
I
Yeah.
think I've seen it once, but
Yeah.
it was probably a while ago.
Mhm. Yep. Alrighty. Alrighty. So man, fantastic list. We're off to a great start. No, what do you got at your number 4?
So I'm actually, so I don't know, maybe Marcus or Lucas will have this on there, but I'm surprised that you don't have this on here since you have talked so highly of this movie. My number 4 is an oldie but a goodie, The Birds.
Oh
Oh, one of my
wow.
all-time favorite horror
Yeah.
films, man.
Wow.
I think I've only ever seen this movie twice. I haven't seen it in a while, but it's such a good movie because like it's so
Yeah.
well acted too. Like it is such a good story to think that, like, because it would be seagulls. You would think maybe like crows or the ravens, and they are in that film, but it's the seagulls that started it. And it does make, like, knowing birds, it makes the most sense. Seagulls are
Mhm.
assholes. So, but like one day you're just like, you out of nowhere, birds just start randomly attacking. Of course, they're gonna pick out the one person that is kind of like weird about birds. So like such a good movie. And then at the end of the film too, we don't get her as a final girl because she's broken. She was like a
Yeah.
shell
Yep.
of herself. And honestly,
Mhm.
I think anybody would be a shell of themselves because how do you fight
Mhm.
against an army of like 10 times of what you are? And then they just stopped attacking. It's like, yeah, we're done.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We made our point.
That movie in Jaws
Great movie.
has terrified people. Jaws
Yeah.
terrifying people to go in the water, and then seeing a flock of birds by a
Yep.
schoolhouse. Oh
Yep.
my
Or
God,
sitting
that's
on a power line or something. I'm like,
yep.
oh shit.
Oh my God, it's and it holds up.
Right.
The movie holds
Yep.
up to this day. So Lucas, I
It
don't know if you
does.
Yes.
ever saw The Birds, but you can watch it. The movie is perfect. That holds up to today.
It's
Every
my
time
I
you
second
see a
I
favorite
weird
definitely
bird,
Hitchcock
I
movie.
like birds doing weird
believe it or not,
formations in the sky, you're gonna be terrified.
I'm pretty sure that's one of the first horror movies I actually ever watched
Oh, all
is The
right.
Birds. I can remember it very vaguely because I was quite young,
Mhm.
but I can definitely remember a decent
Yeah.
I'm gonna
chunk
have
of
to go
it. Like
watch it
that,
again.
I'm not gonna lie, birds were scary for a bit, but now I like birds. I like birds
Mhm.
a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know
Yeah,
what?
it's my second favorite Hitchcock movie behind Rear Window. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? Tippi Hedren is absolutely stunning. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so pissed off that Alfred Hitchcock pulled all that shenanigans with her, keeping her out of Hollywood
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's such a nightmare story that she had to go through. But then she's also the grandmother of Dakota Johnson. So if there's a
Yep.
Oh,
Dakota
that's
Johnson
interesting.
movie, I'm watching it. So good genes, good genes.
Wait, wasn't Dakota Johnson in Madam Web?
Yeah, I liked it. She was in it. I was good.
You
She's
like
not the
Madam
best
Web?
actress, but
Yeah, no, it was pretty
You got
good.
so many weird movie opinions tonight.
What? I like look. I like the
Madam
first two
Web was
Fantastic Four movies that
trash.
came out, and this was
That's
on the level of
fine.
that. Yeah,
See,
Fantastic Four was
Your
fine.
I was
games,
actually
your
asked a
riddles.
question. I was asked a question by my brother the other day. He was like, "Would you rather watch Madam Web or the Fantastic Four movie from 2015?" And I
oh
told him
my
Fantastic
Oh
immediately.
no!
god.
I would rather
I
watch
would
that
choose the
movie a
Madam Web movie
million
because I
times
just
than see
refuse
Madam
to
Web
watch it,
again.
so I
Oh
haven't
my
seen it yet.
god,
Yep.
it's
Mhm.
so bad. It's so bad.
All right, Marcus, what do you got at number 4?
So number 4, I have Hush.
Oh, very good one.
Yeah,
Excellent
Hush,
movie.
Hush, man. Flanagan's wife she nails that movie, and she was very committed to learning sign language for the role.
Mhm.
Uh, so I like her research that she did, and she played that one off well, and she was extremely believable. And I just can't wait to see the director's cut, the black and white version. I'm trying to track that one down so I can
Mhm.
check that one out because it removes a lot of the music and you just hear silence a lot of time where like you're in the
Mhm.
movie with her. So I can't
Hush
wait
is
to check
about
that version out.
Hush
But
is that one with the guy that like the home invasion, right? Where it's like a kind of like a
Yep.
yeah,
stalker story, but she's deaf.
Mhm.
yeah,
Yep.
yep,
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah,
yeah,
Such a good movie.
that is a good movie.
yeah.
Yep. Great mask in the movie, so that's always
Hmm.
important when you have a slasher like that in there. But Hush
Hmm.
and Prey are two movies that deserve to be in the movie theaters. That's how damn good they were. Is those were movie theater quality. In fact, I would love to see Prey get re-released so I can go see it on IMAX because
Yeah,
but yeah, Hush is one of those movies you watch and you never forget, and that's
Yeah,
how good everything is with that. And there's what
They
3
gotta
people in
re-release
the entire
Alien in
movie.
IMAX.
that was
4.
such an artsy movie too. Like even
Mhm.
just like the
Yeah,
very small details that like you
Mhm.
mentioned, like she actually learned sign language for the film, and she's like,
Mhm.
yeah,
it's just all those little details. They really do add to the experience.
Mhm. Yep.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
4
she's
people in the because you add her, her friend, her friend's husband, and then the
mhm.
killer. Yeah,
Yep. And she's such a great actress too. Anything that she is
yeah,
in is fantastic. So she
yeah,
elevates the movies. That's how good she is right now.
yep.
Alrighty, so I am looking at my number 4s here, and you know what? Hush was on the cusp of being on my list, and it was going to take the spot of this one movie that I just have at number 4 now, and that's Ready or Not. Like Samara Weaving, just trying to narrow down
Ooh,
this or Mayhem was very tough, but in the back of my head, Mayhem gave it some extra points to get it up on the list. So
yeah.
that's why that's at my number 4. So we can talk about that, and then we'll look at each of our lists so far and how it's going. But Ready or Not, such a
I
good
just love
movie.
Samara. I just
She
love
is good
Samara,
too.
dude.
Another
She's
fantastic
just fucking
actress.
awesome,
Yeah.
man.
I.
Like she really takes after her uncle, man. Hugo.
Hmm. Yep.
Dude, she is great in everything that she does. Yeah.
And
I've been a fan of hers since The Babysitter.
the iconic scene in that movie is just her in a wedding gown covered in blood, It's like, that's just perfect. And then at the end, she's sitting there smoking a cigarette at the end of all the violence and carnage that she survived and overcame.
Metal.
Yep.
Everybody knows you're badass if you smoke a cigarette.
Yep.
My favorite part of the whole movie was when she knocked the little kid out.
Oh yeah.
I said my favorite part of the movie was when she smacked the hell out that little kid after he shot her in the hand.
This is a pretty solid list. So before we get into our number threes, King Matthew has joined us.
What's up, King?
Guys? How's it going?
Hope you're feeling better and recovering, man.
I just got back from your first checkup from surgery. Let us know. Let us know. If you don't want to shoot it here, just shoot over to Facebook Messenger. I'll share it to the guys. So we'll hope you're feeling well, and hopefully we can bring you some laughs tonight. You missed the whole Glenn Powell discussion and me freaking out with that conversation.
Was it a discussion or was it a shit fest? Like we were just sitting there like duking on the guy.
It was a shaming. It was a public shaming.
We were just shitting on this pretty boy. We were
All right,
stoning him. Shame.
Let's take a look here. We got Lucas with Prey at number 4 and Nope at number 5. We got Noah with The Birds at number 4 and Evil Dead Rise at number 5. We got Marcus with Hush and Revenge. And then we got Ready or Not for me and Revenge as well. So now we're moving on to our number 3s. Lucas, what's in at number 3?
So another fantastic Jordan Peele movie, Us.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
Good
right.
one.
All right.
Good one.
And the biggest reason is because of the final girl or the female lead, Adelaide, who's played I can't remember her name, but I'm pretty sure she also
was Red.
What was it? Well, she was, it was Adelaide / Red or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But oh my god, that movie is
That's my
jaw-droppingly fantastic. Like it is just start to end. I was fully seated in that movie and I was fully ready for everything. I think the concept behind the movie is also just super fucked and very, very creative. Jordan Peele has not missed for me yet. Like I haven't seen a movie from him that I haven't liked completely. And I think that Us was just another in a long line of great films that he's put out.
Real quick though, I wanted to call this out because I accidentally skipped over it. CG's number 4 is Monster with Melissa Barrera. I
haven't seen it yet, but I've heard good things about it though. I heard really good things about it.
Seen that either.
Yeah. It's Melissa Barrera. I'm sold. But you know what? I like Us. It's
such a great actress.
I think I'm going back down on a downward slope with Jordan Peele right now, and it's almost like I'm watching Eli Roth again, where I got a really great number 1 movie, and then he gets overhyped for the second movie, and it's like, oh, it's okay, and then we get the third movie, it's like, I'm get tired of watching this guy's films. He's got to do something then. Taking some of the older ideas and kind of flipping them. Well, everybody kind of does that anyway, but it's really obvious. Like I got Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Us, okay. I like Invasion of the Body Snatchers a little bit better than that one. But yeah, I think it's a great choice. Fantastic.
His new one is People Under the Stairs is his next one. The remake to it.
So
but Jordan Peele, Us, fantastic movie. If you at home haven't seen it yet, do yourself the favor and go watch it. I'm pretty sure it's streaming somewhere. I don't know. But I watched it in theaters 3 times because that's how much I liked it.
Buy physical copies.
Buy a physical copy.
Yeah.
I will always press that. Buy physical.
Oh yeah. Oh, when
own what you want to
got revealed, like at the end of the movie, when it got revealed that Adelaide was actually, I guess, technically, like Red, and like the whole switch when she was a very young girl, like that was like, I love that movie.
You know what? You got to give it to with all the females. Everybody in that movie did a great job, but especially the females.
I think I just think the standout,
the girl that played her daughter crushed it.
She was
on both
terrifying.
roles. Even the twins, the 2 twin sisters, when they did the switch, like they were creepy as hell, So everybody in that movie did their thing, Us was an awesome movie.
I can't argue it being on the list. I can't argue it being number 3 on anybody's list because it's very very female centric and driven, and it's good. It's good. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
even
this.
what's her name from Invisible Man was awesome.
Oh no, no.
Oh yeah.
I leave right now.
I think
I
think
hate
my
that
biggest
movie. I hate it. I
No,
hate
I'm talking
that
about the
movie.
actress though. I'm talking about the
Oh,
actress. I'm talking about the
okay.
actress though.
Oh,
Yeah.
all
I
right.
think the
Yeah.
biggest up that well, not the biggest up, one of the bigger ups that I have for that movie is just the fact that they didn't stay static in one location. Like
Mhm.
they had like different locations for these people, and it made it like this worldwide threat per se
Mm-hmm.
when they were finally
Mm-hmm.
all out of their, like, I guess their holding chambers or whatever the hell. Like
Yeah.
it was really cool, and the whole Hands Across America thing tying into like the nostalgia of whatever timeline that came from,
Yep.
because I'm not young enough to remember it.
Uh,
The 80s. Yeah,
yeah.
the
The
80s.
80s. But yeah, it was just
Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Not
Jordan
not
Peele.
even a
I
thought
like.
yet.
Yeah. Well, oh boy. Jordan Peele has a fantastic way of paying homage to things that came out before him that are influenced him as he was growing up. It's not like going to see Scream 6 and having over 200 Easter eggs just thrown in there. He puts them in there in the right spots, and it makes sense where he puts them in. So I really
and he makes
appreciate
them
how he does the
important to
filmmaking.
the
Yep.
story.
Yep.
That's my favorite thing
Yep.
in pretty much in Nope, in Us, in Get Out. Like, he makes them so important to the story, and it genuinely makes you care about these themes for some reason. Like
Yep.
and like Hands Across America, I'm gonna be so for real. I never would have known about it if it wasn't for us.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So no, what do you got at number 3?
My number 3 is Terrifier 2.
Oh,
Pretty,
All
I
right.
would say it's a
All right.
pretty safe answer. It's a pretty safe number 3 on the board.
Yep.
It's a really good movie. And I was torn between 2 and 3 because I do like 3
Mhm.
more than 2, but I love the performance of 2 more. The switch from like because we all know that Lauren is terrified of clowns. I don't know if she still is. I don't know if she
Mhm.
mentioned whether or not she still is. But you can kind of
As
see
I
like
am I.
I feel bad that you're also scared of clowns. I am not scared of clowns. But anyways, that's because I am a clown. But you can kind of see that in the film. But the progression of like throughout of her character throughout Terrifier 2 is just
Mhm.
peak. Love that.
Yep. Yeah, and as we talked about it last week or the week before, potentially the new number 1 in Final Girls of all time, depending on what they do with Nev Campbell and Scream 7. So it's a fantastic
Mm-hmm.
pick, very well driven. I like 2 more than I like 3, but the performance got even better in part 3 with Sienna. So yeah, good pick.
Yeah.
The only reason
Yep.
why she's not
Yeah.
on my list is because it's a franchise. But I'll turn it over to you,
Yeah.
Lucas and Marcus.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, Terrifier 2.
Hmm.
I think
I mean,
it's
Sienna's
all
yeah.
it's also just like the gore in that movie. I'm a big gore guy. I love Mortal Kombat for the fatalities.
Hmm.
It's my biggest thing is I took the time to learn almost every character's fatalities in MK9. And just seeing that level of gore in a movie
Hmm.
was like, God, oh shit.
Also, we get to see that Sienna is a cosplay nerd in this one.
Yep.
Kind of cool.
She's
Also
just like
awesome.
us.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
my
Like
Bart
for me, I
Simpson
mean,
too.
One
you,
of us.
you know I'm obviously biased for T2 because one, I worked on it, but
Mhm.
2 because I'm in it, and then
True.
3 just for the fact that again this movie changed not only horror but changed the industry,
Mhm.
period, because it was being a pandemic film and everything, it was the first unrated film released in theaters in over a decade. So now
Mhm.
everybody is trying to copy that now,
Mhm.
is being an independent unrated film in theaters, because the MPAA always butcher
Yep.
films. They
Mhm.
send producers back and like, no, you got to cut this out, you got to cut this
Mhm.
out, you got to cut this out. They didn't do that with T2. So T2 changed the industry going forward.
Mhm.
So yeah, awesome
Yep.
film.
Yep. All right, Marcus. Who do
It
you
was
got
like
at number
cut the alley scene. No.
No.
Oh.
So my number three, man, I was going back and forth between these two. So my number three, I actually have Who's Next.
Ooh. All
Because
right. All right.
yeah, Who's Next, man, one of my favorite films, indie horror films. Again, Aaron was just badass in the movie.
Oh, you're talking about
she.
your next.
Oh, you're next. Why did I
Yeah.
say who's next? Who's next is with the dude and the WWE actors in it. Yeah, you're next. Aaron is just awesome in that, man.
Suplexing slashers.
One of my favorite characters. The unaliving moments were freaking epic, you know. And then even the deleted scene, the deleted ending was awesome. Even though they
Mhm.
changed it, and we got what we got, which was still cool.
Mhm.
The movie is just great. Yeah, your next is
Yep.
just awesome, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a dinner party gone wrong is your next, and essentially, let me put it this way, right? They went in there not expecting Erin to know what she knew, like, because
Yep.
she is she was in combat or something like that. She was in the
Yeah, she was a
services and stuff like
soldier.
that,
Yeah,
and she just went off in that entire
ballistic.
movie. They went off. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
This is Ready or Not at the next level, and they've already tried to kind of copy this a little bit with the one movie that came out not too long ago during the pandemic, Hunt. Very similar to that,
Mhm.
but
That
this
was a
is
fun movie,
peak.
though. That was a
Yeah.
fun
Ah,
movie. Yeah.
Hunt was so funny.
Yep. Your next is
Yeah.
peak. Yep. Your next is peak.
I
So
actually just recently watched Hunt again.
oh yeah,
That was quite the enjoyable
yeah.
experience for the
It,
second
it
time.
It's enjoyable. You know what? I am going to agree with Marcus. I'm going to put that at number three as well. I love the action and the entertainment in this movie. It's fantastic. I think anybody can really just sit there and watch it, and they'll enjoy it. It's just a fun movie. But my other two movies, if you don't recognize the posters on there, it's going to be based on performances that we're going to talk about when we get to them. But CG's number three is Under the Skin. Actress Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, that's the
Ooh.
one. Yeah. Ooh. I know why CG likes that one, though. Because you see
Why you
all of
gotta
ScarJo.
call him out? Why you
Oh,
Hey,
call him out?
because I'm with him. I'm with him, man. You get to see all
One
of
of the
ScarJo
most
in her
searched
glory.
pictures on Google. One of the
No,
most
but it
searched.
no, but it
Yep,
was a
I
good
don't know what
movie,
you're
though,
talking
man.
about.
It was a good movie, though. Like she was
yep.
an alien, and yeah, it
I
was a
actually
good
haven't
movie.
heard of this film.
Yeah,
I've
it
heard
was a
of it.
good
I
Mm.
have
movie.
not seen it. Look, we got
It's a
CJ
good
Underrated.
watch.
trying to be chill.
Yeah, very underrated.
This
Come on,
is
come
a
on,
family
CG. We got to
friendly
keep it
stream. This is a
100,
family
man. We
friendly
got to
stream.
keep it 100.
We
Yep,
say fuck,
yep,
relax.
yep. All right, let's go through the list again. So we got Lucas with Us, Prey, and Nope. We got Noah with Terrifier 2, The Birds, and Evil Dead Rise. We got Marcus with Your Next, Hush, and Revenge. Right now, me and Marcus are almost tied there. So I got Your Next, Ready or Not, and
You
Revenge.
guys are 2 for 2.
Yep, yep. Lucas, go ahead.
My number 2 actually, and it's kind of funny because it's Noah's number 3 is Terrifier 2.
Ah, all right,
Yeah.
all right,
Hey.
yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
and for all of the reasons that I already explained, the gore, the storyline,
Mm-hmm,
the acting is it's a
mm-hmm.
good movie. It's a
Yep.
good fucking movie.
I
And to not take away from Sienna, and I don't know the actress's name. I'm not that well versed, but
Lauren
to
Laverne.
not take
Lauren
away
Laverne.
from her, but Art the Clown in that movie, peak,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
peak.
Yep.
That's all I could
Yep.
say.
Definitely. Yep. All right. All right. I'm good with that. We've talked about it already, so no, we're gonna jump over to your number two.
So my number 2 is also on your list. It is Faceless After Dark.
Oh,
Oh,
good
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Good
I
one.
so I've seen once again I've seen this movie twice. I watched it and then I watched it like maybe 20 hours later because I was that invested in the movie. It was just like it instantly gripped me. Like the moment, like the moment, like I finished watching it for the first time. I was like, wow, that is really good. And I know. So you said these next two on your list are based off performance. So that is such a huge credit
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
to Jenna Canal because oh my god, such a great. great performance. The color scheme, love the color
Yeah.
scheme,
Oh
love that
yeah.
a lot.
Yep.
And
The
I
music,
also like I
the
love
music was great.
yeah. So, and also kind of to call myself out a little bit. I don't know if anyone else can agree with me, but on the creative side of things, when you're like trying to get your content out there, like your art out there, and you can't just because of things blocking your path, it's really
Mhm.
frustrating. So
Mhm.
obviously no one's going to these extreme lengths, but like just the emotional and internal turmoil you feel from trying to people, like the masses of people, what you can do to help them feel any emotion through animation, movies, physical sketch art, anything like that, and you can't, like, it's crushing. So I really like this film on that kind of level as well. I don't know if that was meant to be interpreted from the film, but it was what I interpreted as well. So I really love that part of the film as well.
So my absolute favorite character in the entire Terrifier franchise is Tara.
Yeah,
So
mine too.
and I was just talking about this movie and Jenna Cannell today with Donna Jean, who's also on our channel and does interviews. But I was saying, like, and I was talking to somebody else about it too. It's like when it came to doing interviews on the channel, I told everybody that Jenna Cannell has to be interviewed by me. Period. Uh, such a fanboy, and I was like, I hope I don't screw up that interview because it was a very important interview for me. But to find out all the stuff that she does artistically, in the film world, behind the cameras, in front of the cameras, stunt work, she was in Bad Boys and stuff like that. This movie, for those that don't know what Faceless After Dark is about, a scream queen that is in a clown movie and starts getting stalked by a fan. And what happens after that said fan finds her way to her is the most interesting thing. So if you like
Mhm.
the Joker movie that came out and you see that slow transformation of things that are going to happen, she blows it out of the water. She is just fantastic when it comes to her performance in it. And as Noah said, hooked on the film. And I think we
And,
both watched it twice in that first 24 hours.
and she wrote it.
Yep.
She
Yep.
wrote it. So yeah,
hmm
yeah. Jenna is super
Super
talented,
talented.
man.
Yep. Super
And
talented.
just a selfless plug, just a selfless plug. Jenna and I have a short film coming out soon that she wrote, directed, and starred in with her autistic brother called Spray Bottle. So
hmm
I'll let you all know when it's available for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Go and check out the interview that we have on the channel with Danny. Like she does TED Talks. It's mind boggling of all the stuff that she is doing behind the scenes. So she is truly one of those people that I really want to see be successful in
Hmm.
the industry because she's just damn good.
Yep.
Lucas, that's a movie
Lucas,
you
have
got
you
to
seen
watch
it?
with us.
Faceless After Dark.
I'm
We
gonna
got it
watch
on
it tonight.
Bluray. We got it on Blu-ray.
Yep.
Physical
Where?
copy. We got it on physical copy.
Yep. hmm
I'm always down.
All right.
It's
Alrighty.
such a good
So,
movie.
Marcus, number 2 for you.
I was so torn for this one because my one movie that I had as number one is actually going to get bumped to honorable mention. But my number
Wow.
two is,
Wow.
yeah, my number two is Martyrs. I love
Mark.
Martyrs, the
Oh,
original.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the original 2008 film, not the
hmm
crappy 2015 remake. Martyrs is freaking brutal, man. Those two ladies knocked it out of the park in that film.
hmm
And the movie is just all out brutal.
Yep.
But the story behind it about like trying to experience what happens after death, them trying to figure out what
hmm
happens after death, that cult, man, the movie was just insane, but the acting in it was just phenomenal. The dialogue was great, the unaliving
hmm
moments were great. It was just chef's kiss. That movie is great.
hmm This is
Yeah.
definitely a movie for Lucas since he likes body horror films and he likes gore.
Hmm.
Because this movie brings the gore, and
Yeah, it
like I
does.
watched. This is one of those movies that I put on like at around midnight or so, and then it just picked up, and it's like, I guess I ain't going to bed because this movie is damn good, right? And it almost feels like
Yeah,
two different movies because you got the
it
first half of the
does.
movie that plays out in the first two acts, and then it switches, and it's like, oh,
Yep.
where are we going now?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah, such a good movie.
That hard left turn, you're like, oh shit, what's happening?
Yep,
Like,
yep,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, such a
yeah.
good movie, man. Such a good movie.
hmm Yeah. Fantastic. All right. I know
Yeah,
you guys
that's
probably
how I
won't.
felt about Terrifier too. Sorry, I might be a little late
Oh
to that comment, but what like
no.
watching it super late and then like, huh, not
Yep.
sleeping right now.
Yep. Yeah. So that's gonna bring me to my number two, and then we'll reveal CG's number two. That he has. I just gotta find where the heck my mouse is on my screen. Um. There it is. Okay. So my number two, since Noah kind of spoiled it, it's not gonna be number two for Faceless After the Dark, but it's gonna be Tragedy Girls. Tragedy Girls. I think
Ooh,
we have talked
that
about
was a
it before.
fun movie.
Yeah, when they were talking about the American Psycho remake, it's
Hmm.
already been done. Tragedy Girls is the
Hmm.
modern take on American Psycho, and it is perfect. It is a Hulu
Yeah,
original film that came out, and it's about two teenage girls that are obsessed with a serial killer and they want to be famous, and it's all about the likes and everything, like Scream 4. And the movie brings the comedy, it brings all the cheesiness that American Psycho had, it brings the killer aspect. It is just fantastic. It's an
and it
amazing
has
movie.
two of my celebrity crushes in it, man. Brianna Hildebrand and Alexandra Shipp.
Hmm.
Man, they drop dead gorgeous, both of
Yep.
them. Yeah,
Yeah, and you guys should know her from the Deadpool movies.
Yeah,
yep.
Negasonic Teenage
And
Warning.
Yep.
yeah, and Alexandra Shipp played Storm in the last few X-Men
Hmm.
movies.
Great
Yeah.
name.
Oh, right.
Yep. Yeah. So certainly, if when it comes to looking for films that are different, it has some fun, it has some energy in it. Tragedy Girls is definitely a movie to take a look at.
Mhm.
Any chance that I get to praise that movie, I'm always praising that movie. Let's see. CG's
Yeah.
number two. I know Dave's not doing franchises, but my number two is Mia Goth, Pearl X, and Maxine. Yep. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
Loved her in that trilogy.
I
And
was.
loved her in a movie that two movies I won't mention that she met Shia LaBeouf on, but she gets bucket naked. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm not though.
Yeah.
I'm not though.
Okay.
It's Women's Appreciation Month.
Yeah. I gotta ask. So, like, what's your Marcus? What's your favorite of the three movies?
Oh man, oh I love X so much because of her dual role in it, but
Hmm.
performance wise, I would have to say Pearl because she was just balls to the wall crazy in Pearl. As a movie as a whole, X is my favorite of the trilogy, but
Hmm.
performance wise, Pearl is my favorite of hers out of the
Yep.
three. You
CG
know,
read my mind. I was gonna ask him next. His favorite is Maxine. Mine's X as well.
Maxine was
No.
fun. Yeah, Maxine was fun, but I just like, yeah.
Hmm.
X was
Noah,
more
have
of
you?
the horror out of the three.
I haven't seen any of these.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to catch you up. Got to
What?
catch you and
Yeah.
Lucas up. Lucas, what have you seen of these three?
I've seen all of them.
So what's your favorite of the three?
I can't say right now. I
Oh
can't say
my
right now.
God, he's
I
disappointed.
took a hiatus from going to the movies for like 5 years because I was working full-time jobs. I lost the ability to go. I used to work at a movie theater, and then we got hit with the pandemic, and then my job closed down. I got 4 free tickets a week. I went alone. It's like, oh, you could take a date. Fuck that. I'm going to see 4 movies a week by myself. I don't need
Sorry, Riley.
anybody else. I'm
Yeah.
going to.
Sorry,
We weren't.
Riley.
We weren't. Anyways, I lost the ability to catch up on films because I would clock out for the day and be like, oh, well, there's a showing for a movie I want to see. I'll just go use one of my tickets, and then that'll be it. I'll just get picked up later.
Hmm.
But then we had the pandemic hit, and then I didn't work at the movie theater anymore, and now I don't go watch movies. It's tragic. I'm a tragedy girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch it. You really do have to.
Yeah.
CG is
CG.
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the money.
And
CG's
watch
on
it in
you.
order. Watch it
Three
in order of release
genuinely,
too.
three genuinely good movies.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
Yep.
They're all
Yeah.
different from each other too,
Mhm.
which I love.
Yep. Yeah, you can watch them in any order. Honestly, you can
Yeah.
really. Well, no,
I
you
would
can't
say
catch
watch
up
it in
on
release order. Yeah, you gotta
well,
watch it in release order.
I
Not
would say
not
yeah,
in
You
probably
gotta
chronological
watch it like
order.
you watch Star Wars.
Yep.
yeah.
Not yeah, you gotta watch it in release order, man, just so you could get that
Okay.
feel of going back and then move into the future. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
instead of
Double
watching it
knees.
in order. Yeah.
Double knees. Yep. That's how I do it. I don't know where the AMC is by you. We'll have to talk about that offline. But
I
Regal
like your
Movie Pass.
name.
Yep.
I like
Well,
your name, Double Knees.
Lucas, go check out his Twitch channel.
Oh, word.
Yeah, yep, same name. Go check it out. But same here, Regal Movie Pass. I try to go once a week. Now I have two passes. I have the Cinemark Pass and the Regal Pass, and we won't get into
Valid.
why I have two passes. But let's take a look at the list here. So Lucas has got Terrifier 2, Us, Prey, and Nope in his top four right now. Noah has Faceless After Dark, Terrifier 2, The Birds, and Evil Dead Rise. Marcus has got Martyrs, Your Next, Hush, and Revenge. I have Tragedy Girls, You're Next, Ready or Not, and Revenge. Very solid films here. There's no drinking tonight
Yeah.
because these are all fantastic
Yeah.
movies, and we're moving into
Crazy.
number ones. We're moving into number ones.
Crazy that we have good picks tonight.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Lucas, what do you got?
Don't forget we get honorable mention
So-
afterwards too.
The reason why I didn't want to say what my favorite out of the franchise of the X movies are is because my number one is Pearl.
Oh, all right.
My number one is
all right.
Pearl.
Nice.
I adore that
Nice.
movie. I love Mia Goth's
Nice.
performance. It is so goddamn unhinged, and honestly, it hits a little
Yep.
too close, like, to reality, because you see this very obviously mentally unstable young lady
Yep.
Mhm.
get treated like shit by almost
Mhm.
everybody around her.
By
And-
Superman,
and-
the new Superman.
I know. When I saw that he was going to be the new Superman, I fucking, like, at first I was pissed because I didn't like
Mhm.
the way that he treated Pearl in Pearl. But
Mhm.
now that it, you know, I like him as Superman now, but that's not the point. I just think that Mia Goth's performance, the whole motivation of her character, just wanting to be famous, that she could finally get out of a
Yep.
bad situation that she's
Mhm.
been in her whole life, hits way too close to reality, and it is just portrayed so well.
Mhm.
It is absolutely a drop dead gorgeous movie that I recommend to everybody I talk to about horror movies, because it is that good.
Mhm.
The somewhat chemistry between her and David Cornsweet is
Mhm.
is good. It's good. She has great chemistry with a lot of, like, the people that, like, we see. Obviously, it's not portrayed as, on good terms,
Mhm.
but everybody in that movie acts how they should for the story to go forward.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just peak. It's the reason why it's my favorite out of the X, like, trilogy.
Yep.
I watched Maxine. I really like Maxine. Pearl just hits so much harder.
Yeah, that
My
3
only
minutes.
gripe with Pearl.
Go
Oh
ahead.
yeah. Her monologue. Her
Yep.
monologue.
Mhm.
Yeah. Her monologue was insane.
Mhm.
My only gripe with the movie was I wanted more interaction of her and Harold. I know he was
Yeah.
away from for war, but by the time he came back, I wanted at least like 1 or 2 more scenes with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and the way that
Just to see their dynamic.
Pearl's character leads into the, like, I think she's mainly shown in X. I can't remember if she's in a lot of Maxine. I can't remember too
No,
much
she's
of it.
not in Maxine.
Mhm.
Okay, word.
She's not
But
in
yeah,
Maxine.
like,
Yeah.
the way that her, like, you can see that it is so the same character in both
Mhm.
movies.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yep.
oh,
Mhm.
very
Yep.
very big kudos to Mia Goth. I really can't wait to see her in whatever she comes out with next. Like, I love her. She's awesome.
There's another movie out there. It's a Cronenberg movie that you may like that she was in. She was pretty over the top and psychotic in it, so you may want to check that one out.
I love when she's over the top and psychotic.
Oh, okay, you're gonna love that movie. You're
Yeah.
definitely gonna love that movie. Let me get the name for you real quick,
Word,
because
word.
I saw it and I was like, I'm not too crazy about it. Infinity Pool. That was the movie. That
Oh,
was
word.
yeah. So it was a good movie.
Oh, wait,
Is it the one
I've
with
heard of it.
Skarsgård?
Yeah,
Yep, it's with
I've seen.
Skarsgård, yep.
I haven't
It's
seen
weird.
it, but I've
It's a
definitely
BDSM
seen the
movie.
trailer.
Weird. Yep,
Yeah,
it is.
it's weird as hell, but it is a good movie. Yeah.
It probably warrants another watch for me to watch it again just to see if I'll enjoy it. So I'll probably have to watch
Yeah.
it one more time. All right, great, fantastic pick. Like I was saying, that 3 minute monologue, got her Oscar buzz,
Mhm.
and it was deserving because it was just
Yeah.
the to see the mental break in the speech itself was fantastic.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like the way
All right.
she just her
Fantastic
facial
acting.
expressions, man. The way she emotes and her facial expressions,
Well,
it's like
she
hitting the light
uses
switch, man.
her
Like,
whole
dude, she
face.
is.
Like,
Ah,
oh my god.
Mhm.
Every
yeah.
time she screams, you can see, like, every vein in her face just pop, and that's what I love, because that's what
Maybe
screaming,
I should
like,
maybe I should get into
screaming
horror
your
then.
fucking lungs out looks like.
I pulled. Hey,
Alright.
so I will say,
A manager.
I will say in Maxine, I pulled American Pie because I was like, when she popped up on
You
screen,
fucked
I
a
was like,
pie? You
No,
pulled
he
an
said
American pie?
he said
What
he
the hell?
pulled
You
and I'm
pulled out an apple pie in the theater? What the hell's going on here?
I was yelling MILF, MILF, MILF.
Oh,
I was
I
yelling
gotta
MILF
take the
in
senzu
theater,
bean.
man, it's you shouldn't have said that we're all drinking because we're saying the weirdest shit on this podcast and we're all
yeah.
sober.
I have
Yeah,
just to let everybody
I was
know, I
yelling
have the
MILF, man,
official
because you
rules.
know her and Shia LaBeouf had a kid, so yeah.
Yep. hmm I
I
have the official
gotta
rules going forward.
recuperate after that one.
You see, you fucked the pie.
All right, no. What do you got at number one?
All right, so my number one, I'm honestly also surprised that no one has put it on their list yet.
Hmm.
It is great horror film. We talked about it last. I think we talked about it last week. Great horror film, amazing horror final girl. Technically, it's a sci-fi horror film, so you probably already know what it is. It is Jaws 4. No, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. It's Alien.
I was about
It's Alien/Aliens.
All right.
I was gonna put
if my
Ripley on the
camera
list.
wasn't frozen, you would have seen my mouth drop on that one. Man.
Jaws 4.
Oh,
Oh
bro.
my lord, that's crazy.
God, what a shitty fun movie that was. Alfred, it's the shark spray.
Yeah, dude, I had Ripley as my number one. Like I had Aliens as my or Alien as my number one, and I took it off like right before I hopped onto the stream tonight because I was like I didn't want to do that big of a franchise because I also had Sydney on there as well.
Yep.
Didn't want to do it, but
Yep.
I do
Listen,
agree.
That
I
is
can definitely
exactly
understand
why
that,
I
but
changed my list.
I can agree with that. However, I can't deny the fact that like what this movie is and
Mhm.
what it is. First off, I fucking love the movie. The use of green in this movie fucking terrifying. Like I don't know how you make a color scary, but they did it. And it wasn't
Yeah.
like the color like the void of all color. It wasn't like the absence of all color. It was one of the brightest colors you can get in the rainbow. And they did that. Ellen Ripley makes perfect sense throughout the entire film. And then also just the camera angles for certain scenes too. With the one guy's like getting the water dripped on his face because like he's cooling down. And then you can just see it like kind of hanging there in the background. Love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't argue that at all. No, fantastic.
Yeah, watching
choice
the
there.
re-release for that movie in theaters was a nice little treat. I will say.
The
That was
absence of seeing
so
what the
fun.
alien does to people is what's the best part. That needs an IMAX release. That needs an
Mhm.
IMAX release.
It was re-released in
Make my
IMAX.
ears bleed as I'm terrified. No, it was re-released, but it wasn't re-released in IMAX. At least not up here.
Mhm.
Movie's 14.
The Regal. Yeah, no.
All right. Marcus, thoughts on Alien and Aliens being on there?
I mean, that's a given, dude. Like those
Mhm.
are phenomenal films, and Sigourney
Mhm.
Weaver, man, greatest final girl. You know, we
Mhm.
picked her as number one alpha, so yeah,
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
a given.
Yeah. I just like what Lucas said, that's where I'm 100% with him on. Is like I had Aliens on my list, and then I was like, well, if I have Aliens on my list, I'm gonna have Scream on my list. So I can't do franchises. I got to take the
Mhm.
franchises
Yeah.
out of it because those are just way too obvious to put on there. But Aliens.
There are clearly shit movies in that franchise. I want to be very clear.
Oh yeah, I know.
And we
but
know
the
of them.
the characters themselves. I actually would have Aliens over Alien on that because I thought she was more badass in Aliens and more in charge in that.
That's why I said Alien/Aliens.
Yep.
Yeah.
That
But
works.
Aliens is more sci-fi. Alien is the horror one out of all of them. If we're gonna like compare, because that one's truly
Yeah.
like your butthole kind of looks like the vents. They're all like clenched up.
Yep. Look. I'll tell you. I think Aliens is pretty damn good at horror too, because they're using a tracker, and then you hear the beeps, the
Yeah.
slow beeps.
Oh,
It's one, then it's many. Oh my god, that. Yep. And then they go
they're
and
all
look.
around us, man.
Yep. They go and look.
Game over,
That was a good Bill Paxton.
That was lit. That was ad libbed.
Yeah, that was a good Bill Paxton.
And you know what?
And,
I will argue and say this that to me, Aliens, even though Alien took place on the spaceship, uh, Aliens had more of a claustrophobic feel to it, where the ship was like more open space to me.
Hmm.
You know, so yeah, I would definitely say Aliens is sci-fi horror for sure,
Hmm.
man, because
Hmm.
it played on my anxiety of being claustrophobic. So
Yep. Hmm.
yeah,
Yep. Good one. All right. And then Alien Romulus, very good too. Very good movie.
Oh my
yeah,
God, Alien
We're
yeah,
not gonna go
Romulus
down
is
yeah.
that
so
rabbit hole.
good. Oh, we'll be
Marcus,
talking for
you got
hours.
number
We'll
one.
be talking for hours.
Yep.
Talk about her hanging outside the spaceship and it's completely silent.
Yep.
Ah,
All right, Marcus, we got number one.
Oh, Lucas didn't give his. I'll say mine.
Oh, what?
Oh no, I did.
Yeah, he did.
It was
Pearl, you're
Pearl.
up.
Oh,
Pearl.
okay. So my number one, this bumped my original number one because my other number one is now going to be honorable mention. But my
Hmm.
number one is a twofer, and it's going against the rules. It is a part of a franchise,
Marcus,
because
you
part.
always do this.
There was no rules
So
given in the beginning of this,
the
my good
original
sir.
One
movie,
rule.
and part four of the franchise are sequels, to one another, and then the remake has two sequels. So yeah, but anyway, it's the original I Spit on Your Grave and the 2010 remake I Spit on Your Grave.
Hmm.
I love those movies, man, especially the 2010 remake unrated because it's just fucking brutal. Like
It.
revenge, man. It's just
Mhm.
you got a woman that gets assaulted by multiple men and she comes back with a vengeance. And the
Mhm.
remake, dude, the traps that she set, like
Mhm.
think Home Alone, but way worse.
Mhm.
That's what the remake
The
was.
thing can't actually
Especially
break
that
his head open.
last trap where she had the sheriff with the shotgun up his, what, and then it kills him and the slow dude because the
Mhm.
slow dude is tied to him with the fishing line.
Yep.
Man, pure genius, man.
Justice
That
served,
that
man.
movie was, oh
Yep.
Take
yeah.
what you dish.
I will. CG agrees with you, Marcus. It took me a long time to muster up the courage to watch that movie, and then watch the eventual remake
I
of it.
don't know if I can.
Ah,
Because
yeah.
like I have to be like I love The Crow, one of my favorite all-time films, the original
Uh,
Crow film, and it's so like I have to be like I have to mentally prepare myself to watch that film. It's
mhm.
because like the undertones of that film is like so fucking heavy.
Yep.
So like I love justice being served to predators. Get
Mhm.
fucked with that
Mhm.
shotgun,
Yep.
honestly. But
Yep.
it like then knowing that it's gonna happen and like why that's happening, like
Mhm.
it's just hard to
Yeah,
watch those
man.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it took me a long time to muster up the courage to watch it. Like like if I go to, there's some movies that I go to and I just leave, like I want to fight somebody because of the
Yeah.
way the
Hmm.
female characters are being treated. And I know the last one
Hmm.
that I saw was Bombshells. It was the whole story about the sexual harassment going on at Fox and all
Hmm.
that stuff like that. And I
Hmm.
was so livid when I left that movie. It's like somebody better not say nothing wrong to me because they did knock the fuck out tonight. I
I gotta
just can't
catch
take this
these
shit.
hands.
Yeah. Ah,
Noah
my
says
God.
one wrong thing and he gets the haymaker of the
Yeah.
century.
Hey, what's going on? Ugh!
Like I will say, like to me, I will say with I Spit on Your Grave, the remake, it definitely played great homage to the original because the original was freaking brutal. Like
Yep.
old girl cutting dude's thing off with scissors, man.
Mhm.
Like that's just
Yeah.
brutal. But but
As
the
she
remake
should.
just takes it to a whole nother level, man.
Hey, she'd be
Mhm.
The
friends with
remake
Jill.
took it to a whole nother level.
Yep.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
would be good friends with Jill.
So I will let everybody know because I don't think I've ever shared this with Noah, and me and him are now writing partners it seems. But I actually the second novel that I was working on is a book called Scorn. It has a very similar premise of it,
Mm,
and I am about 90 pages in. Have to go back to it, but I got 90 pages into it where we got to the scene that is very similar to what is in I Spit on Your Grave, and a lot of the people that bought my first book, I said, all right, hey, you want to read what I'm doing now? Here you go. It's going to be graphic. And that's what I got back from everybody. It's like I could not finish it at points, but I had to come
mhm,
back because the storytelling was so good. But the scene is so graphic in it. But now
mhm,
that you know, I don't start with that scene. I start with a torture scene, and then we go to that scene, and then we go to another torture scene after that. And that's why people were. It's like I started with the torture scene. Thank you for doing that because it made me get through that scene to get to the next torture scene and revenge scene. So I gotta finish that one.
We have talked about this.
Oh, all right, all right, all right. So my number one, we've talked about it already. It is definitely Faceless After the Dark. Like I said, if you are a fan of the Joker and you want to see a character that takes you on a dark descent, this is the movie that you want to see. Jenna just knocked it out of the park. This is one of those movies that I'm. Why is this woman not getting more roles? Like she's damn good. She's really good. She's really good at what she does. So I'm glad that she came on our channel to talk about that movie. We didn't even ever talk about Terrifier. We talked about this and her other side projects, Spray Bottle being one of them, and other stuff. So this is definitely an actress to talk about and see stuff.
And for those that don't know, she was in.
Go buy the physical copy.
Yep.
For those that don't know, she was in that The Rock and Chris Evans Red One last year. She played
also,
a siren during in Crampus.
Yep, she's also on WandaVision.
Yep.
CG's number one, but no order really for him. He's got Midsummer. That's an excellent.
Oh, I love that movie, man.
Excellent.
Love that movie. Love that movie.
Florence.
He had another one on there too. Honorable mention.
If Florence Pugh's in it, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
He had Jennifer's Body as his honorable mention.
Oh, it's a good one. That's a really good
one.
Yeah. All right, so we want to go around.
Do you guys have honorable mentions? I have two.
Lucas. Okay, Lucas. Any honorable mentions?
My one and only honorable mention is Happy Death Day.
Oh, that is a really good movie.
Not the second one, right?
Really enjoyed that. No, the first one. The first one.
Okay, good.
Because I really fully enjoyed that movie, start to finish. I think the main girl's first name is Tree, which is really funny to me. But I also just like the premise of that, like that it was just Groundhog's Day, but it was her trying to basically solve her own murder. Like it's really fucking cool. It's a really cool idea. I wish Happy Death Day 2 wasn't so shit. But shit happens. You know, I've watched Scream for long enough to understand. You know. But yeah, Happy Death Day. Good honorable mention, I'd say.
Good one. No, how about you?
So I have two.
All right.
My first one was the close number 5, and it's just because I like the movie a little bit less, but Scream 5, obviously. Great film. Melissa Barrera, great. Especially the turn from defense to offense. Love that. And then the only reason I didn't put this other one on my list, and the reason why it's on an honorable mention, is because the build up to the actual female lead that I liked didn't show up until the end, which was Friday the 13th. Because everyone, I don't know if this is like, I don't know about everybody else, but I personally watch the slasher films for the slashers. I don't give a fuck about the people that survive. like Nancy Thompson, she's cool. I was and Sidney Prescott, she's cool. But other than that, I'm watching it for Jason. I'm watching it for Freddy. I'm watching it for the body count. I don't give a shit about the people that make it out. Like that. Boo! You're ending. Now they have to come up with a new way to make a sequel because you somehow killed them. You know what I mean? So, but and I think we talked about it last week. But for me, watching it now, thinking that knowing that the franchise revolves around since the '80s, Jason Voorhees, not knowing that Pamela Voorhees was the original antagonist in the first Friday the 13th film. So that build up to the ending, and then also just the performance of Pamela Voorhees. So that's why it's all my honorable mention, because she's barely in it.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like it. All right, fantastic. And, Lucas, what do you got?
I already said mine.
Oh, Marcus,
Lucas,
I'm sorry. I'm pulling up mine. I'm pulling up mine because I know nobody's heard of mine. So
sure there's water in that cup.
So I actually had 3. So my 3 honorable mention are The Substance, because that was originally my number 1. But The Substance, phenomenal film, chef's kiss. Audition, if anybody has seen Audition,
another good one.
I've heard of
that
it.
movie is freaking brutal. And then Death Proof.
Oh,
Kurt Russell being the antagonist, and the ladies, man, love Death Proof. So those are my
Hmm.
3 honorable mentions. Yeah.
Fantastic. So I'm staying out of franchises because if I was in franchises, I already talked about last week. Eliza Dushku,
Wrong
Wrong
turn.
Turn, number one, number one. She's number one on my list.
Count Dooku?
So yeah, Elijah Duku. But that would have made my list. But since I'm not doing that, I'm talking about non-franchises. I'm going with Dream Home. So I got
Oh,
lucky
Haven't
enough
heard of them.
to. Oh, we're gonna talk about it. I got lucky enough to come across an article by I think it was Dread Central where they talked about um, forgotten, underrated slasher gems. I watched every single movie
Mhm.
that was on there because there was five of them, and that's how I came across uh, the Intruder, which is not a Sam Raimi film, but he's in it, and so is Bruce Campbell, and it's a slasher
Mhm.
film inside a grocery store. Fantastic. But this movie was on the list as well. Dream Home, and for what we were talking about a little bit earlier, this woman right here, all that's it's right there in the title. She just wants her dream home, and it's in a like a rent controlled building where she's living in what country is, and the movie opens up where she just fucking brutalizes a guy with a hammer. I mean, destroys the guy with the hammer because she's the slasher in the film. And it's just amazing,
Mhm.
like what she does to bring down the cost of the house that she wants to move in within the building is just next level. Fantastic movie. Uh,
The
so if you
things we
get a
have to
chance
do
to
to get
watch it,
cheap housing markets around here.
Mhm.
yeah, she goes next level. So fantastic slasher and antagonist. Definitely love that film. I gotta buy that yet, so I don't know why I haven't
Is
bought it
she
yet.
on the same level? Because it looks like it's a South Korean film. So is she on like
It is.
is she on the same level as the girl from Audition? Because you know how brutal she was.
I love Audition. I think people get so hooked on the torture scene in that movie, but the movie's slow. I think Audition it takes a while to get to where you're going, and then the way that scene is delivered in Audition with the sounds that she's making as she is delivering
Mhm.
her torture is very it sticks with you. Like so if you guys
Mhm.
watch that and if you even just go and watch the clip on YouTube, the sounds that she's making just haunt you. But
Mhm.
Dream Home from start to end, it's fantastic. It's brutal. And it's one of those movies where you don't know what's going to happen to her because she gets into certain situations where it can blow up in her face. So
Mm.
yeah, fantastic movie. I love that movie. That could have made my list honestly if I really thought about it long enough. Alrighty, so
Nice.
that brings us to the end of the Howling Hour.
crazy.
Next week, as we mentioned at the top of the show, Lucas, myself, and Noah are heading to Unpump Con. So if you are in the Baltimore area and you like board games, come to Unpub. You'll get to see the
Come
announcement
say
before the
hi.
announcement happens. Yep. And then you'll get to experience the announcement. So Unpub Con essentially is testing for board games. So that is the only thing I'm going to tell you. So we have something coming, and Nerdbox is growing into a new avenue that no other YouTube channel has done
We're
before. So
festering.
yep,
We're
Ugh.
parasiticizing.
we are going to bring forth something that is not just for board game lovers, but for horror lovers and for collectors. So this is designed by me and Marcus, and everybody's going to
A
love
new
what you're going to
dawn
get.
arrives.
Mhm. Yep. It's one, hopefully, of many that you will see. So we're excited to be bringing that to you, and that's the tease that you will get. And then, so
Thank you, CJ.
we may have a show next week. Marcus and Danny would be on the show. We'll call in on the drive home. It may be just on some news topics. It may be Scream related, but we'll see. Because Danny is
Maybe we'll
the
just come talk to you guys. Come hang out.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So
We
Danny
haven't.
is
I don't think we've done a Q&A yet, so maybe we'll do it.
all right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Okay. Anything you guys want to say before we go?
Ah.
Appreciate that, CJ.
Mm.
Huh?
No, I was just thinking, CG. He was saying happy for us with our announcement that we got. So
Yep.
Oh, word. We love you, CG. We do.
Yep.
Every time your comment pops up, it makes us feel a little warmth inside our cold little dead
Yeah.
hearts.
Happy for you all. Congrats. We got some double knees out there too. Nice. Looking forward to seeing the announcement. Yeah, yeah.
And I will be checking out your Twitch. I like your name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these guys are looking forward to the announcement too. Almost giving it away early at the convention.
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
once it hits the convention, there's going to be artwork, right?
No, no, no,
So
no,
the
no, no.
artwork is going to
I
be
meant
out
at
there.
the New Jersey HorrorCon when we went in the beginning of the month. You guys,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
no, you can't say this. We can't talk about it.
Well, we're actually doing something really cool.
Yeah. Our word of the month in March was NDA for me and Lucas
Yeah.
because we were so happy. All
Like,
right.
it's like Sesame Street.
All right.
like-
Anything that we want to close with, Lucas? I know Lucas is there. Go ahead.
So, I mean, not anything that I can really like super speak of yet, but something quite big for not only the channel but also for me and Noah as well, and in our sort of creative duo that we have going on. You know, something big might be getting announced much later in the year. I'm not going to say anything like super soon because it's going to be a while. These kind of
We're
things
doing
take time.
something fun.
We're doing something very fun, and it's based. I will say it's based off of a very, very, very good horror short novel. I'm not going to say which one it is, but you will definitely be hearing about it in the coming later end of maybe this year.
You'll be hearing about it in
Maybe.
the coming.
In the coming.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Noah, how about you?
Sorry, it seemed like something very profound was about to come out, but I got nothing.
All right. All right.
Peebus.
Marcus, anything from you?
Well, to fill in the gap of what Noah was saying, like I said, I did bring him on board for one of my next projects. We have created a character that we might either keep the name because it's been used multiple times, but a partner of mine and I came up with a new slasher character, and we brought Noah and Riley on board for it. So keep your eyes out on social media because it will be spreading on Reddit, Instagram, and Facebook. But yeah, keep your eyes out on that, and we'll make the announcement. And hopefully you all will jump on board with Creepypasta and create some ideas of your own that we could implement into our story. So yeah, keep your eyes out.
Alrighty. Thank you. We'll maybe
Word up.
see you next week, or I won't see you because I'll be driving, so I may have a random wave, or you'll hear me in the background. But we'll talk to you all soon. Have a great week. Later,
Fucking
guys.
cut me off.
Peace.
Oh, thank God he played us off. Holy shit.
I'm still
I feel like jazz hands for so long.
We're all
still
fine.
close.
Jazz hands.
I forgot where my mouse was.
I got a jazz. I got a jazz.